Testing. Ainesh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
also. All right. Okay, Ainesh, how do you feel?
I feel okay, not as fresh as yesterday, but
Let's see, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so today our plan is to continue with camp. Is that correct?
is it? I thought we'd be doing math today.
There's no problem with that. I'm just because I'm not very sure that we have discussed the plan properly lah. Now, what do you
what were you saying?
what do you think about the camp yesterday?
It was okay. Like you said, I think I can actually understand chem even when I'm pressured. Unlike that, just okay.
All right.
But I think I'd require a more fresher mind to do sciences. So tomorrow and the day after, I'm okay with doing sciences. But today, I feel I should do something I'm more comfortable with since I'm more tired.
Right. So let's try today math and let's try. You mentioned tomorrow, is it?
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow. Tomorrow, you also feel you can do 2 hours.
Yeah, I can. I'm trying my best to do 2 hours.
Okay. All right. Let's see, yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Tomorrow, what times are you free?
If even though it's holiday tomorrow, usually it's still nighttime for me for tuition, usually. Right. As in, if it is 2 hours for you, then I think the best timing is still 7:30 to 10, half an hour break, that kind of thing.
Okay, sure. Because it's not possible to move it earlier up, right?
How early are you talking about here?
How early am I talking about?
Yeah.
Say like, I mean, however early, the earliest you can go, honestly.
No, because usually at 7, I'm still in the middle of giving my baby, my son, dinner.
Oh yeah.
Usually, so that can shift a little bit, but very little, right? So,
Yeah,
what's your plan for tomorrow night?
Oh, tomorrow I wanted to go have a dinner with my family, but I guess we can push it this lunch or something.
Try lunch, yeah. Try lunch. Okay, right. Okay. Appreciate the giving time for tuition. So today is math, and our last time we discussed, our plan is to focus on the exam type math immediately lah. Is that correct? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, is that correct? So we are currently not doing any of the current math in the class.
Yes, I agree.
All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. Now, before I give you my material, do you have any revision package for, the exam? Do you have any revision package from your teacher for exam?
No. I think he's gonna he was supposed to have given a quiz. He didn't.
But quiz is something at the class I'm saying in the class.
No, an online quiz for us to do.
Oh.
He might give it on Wednesday, actually.
Okay. All right. Okay, then let's go to the Jamboard. Yeah. Now, I'll give you some warm-up questions. These are really warm-ups, and then we'll go and take more of the exam material, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll get some updates from you, Kyoko. Yeah. For you, Kyoko, please turn on your video for same thing with you, Ainesh.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
So for both of you, we will stop at 8:30 and then we'll continue again after half an hour. Hmm. Oh, this is too easy. Now, Ainesh,
Yeah.
here's the thing about your exam.
Yeah.
Your exam say is a trigo 1, 2, 3, right?
And coordinate geometry.
And correct geometry. For the trigo, that means it excludes all the identities and all the stuff you learn afterwards, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, if that's the exclusion, yeah, the question is difficult to make the question difficult. The question will be actually pretty simple, at least in my imagination.
I mean, I'm not complaining for sure.
I'm also not complaining. The problem is I don't believe your school is like that. Lah.
Yeah.
That's my nagging problem. It's really nagging me even right now when I think about it. Lah.
They might have purposely made it a lot easier because more than like 4/5 of the cohort failed SA1. So maybe to pull everyone's grades up.
That's one way to do it. I'm still distrusting your school. Lah.
I agree.
I'm still. So the warm-up will seem very easy and I'll make it slightly harder. But afterwards, I think I will just give you the exam material with plus plus lah. I'll tell you the plus plus low. So that's a compromise lah. So I'll tell you that, okay, this is exam material, but you also include this identity. So please use this identity low. I'm just giving you a blatant hint lah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so it's just slightly more complicated than what is theoretically your exam lah. Right? Again, this is because of my distrust to your school don't usually give easy stuff. It's just what I'm trying to say. Right?
Yeah.
So if it ends up being like that, then no worries for you. Okay, you study a bit more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I give you two warm-up questions and then I'll go to Kyoko, yeah?
Oh, you have questions from your side, right?
I think on page 13 of your Jamboard.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, let me get my full screen.
Okay. Right. So Kyoko, give me some updates, please, if there is any.
We're still on like equation of circles.
The first part. Okay.
Yeah.
Understand. And we won't be advancing much in these days, right? Because I think tomorrow and Wednesday you are having a holiday, right?
Yeah.
Right. I certainly hope, like Ainesh, I said, look, you can enjoy your holiday, yeah, and just have fun. Now for today, you are doing 2 hours, correct?
Yes.
Are you feeling fresh?
Yeah, today I'm okay.
Right. Let's give it a try. Now for circle, that means we're still going through our own tempo, lah, right? Okay, we're just doing things. Now, you can ask your question if there's any. There isn't any. You finished already, right? Your question. Clarify anything you want. Clarify anything you want.
Actually, after all these practice questions, the first chapter is done already. So
very good.
yeah.
Now, I'm not sure whether you will be happy to see the exam type question, but the exam type question, this is now I'm telling you because I am now confident with your at least your some of your experience lah. The exam questions will be more difficult because of two things mainly. First of all, it seems longer than what you're practicing in textbook. Not the textbook mistake, but it's just exam type circle question is always longer one. Secondly, it involves usually more than one circle. That means two. When the question involves two circles, things get confusing. Meaning to say, if you train for it, you'll be fine. No? If you don't train for it, then your first time seeing an exam, it will be like some of your practice questions. No? Some of them have two circles, and it becomes, a bit disorienting. Right? Okay. So if you have no other question on your textbook, then it is time to move on to real exam questions lah. Okay, which again will be longer and will usually involve more than one circle. That will be the challenge in general. Now, one last thing, one last warning. If you see a question where they don't draw for you, it's harder, and the best way is to draw it ourselves. A question of circles which doesn't have any drawing is dangerous to attempt without drawing it ourselves properly. It is very dangerous to do. Right? But once you draw it fine, it usually means that you read the question properly already, and that will be a very great start. Okay, so those are my current 3 tips for what you're going to see pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon. Now, before I really go to the circle exam, now, are you sure, based on what your needs are, your exams and everything, are you sure that we should continue to circle exam level, or should we go back to some other topics?
No, because my exam is binomial, quad jog, and circles only. So,
right. So the circle will be it is the hardest one. Fair enough. So it is good to practice. Fair enough, right? Okay. So now, have I shared with you my Google Drive on the exam papers?
yeah.
All right. Now you go to those Google Drive. I think you can go to the Sec 3 one if you want to. Most Sec 3 paper, SA2, SA2 Sec 3 paper will usually have circle. Not guaranteed, but it varies from school to school, but usually it does. Now you're gonna go and you're gonna find the circle question. It is usually very easy to spot because they usually draw anyway.
Okay.
So please try that. You want to spot questions. Ainesh, so what do you think about the first one? This is supposed to be very comfortable for you, supposedly lah. So I'm not giving you pressure here. It is supposed to be simple for you. Supposedly lah.
Quadrant 3.
Fair enough.
Are you supposed to use a calculator?
Now usually they will say, in some sense, don't use a calculator lah. Now, what does that mean? Again, what does that mean when the question says that?
The value is one of the memorized ones.
No. It is not necessarily a special angle. In fact, in this case, it is clearly not the special angle. What that means is that he don't want you to find A. He doesn't need, or rather more precisely, he does not need A from you, meaning he does not require you to do an inverse, sign inverse lah. Okay. If he does not require that for you, he will express it as don't use the calculator or find the exact value. That means he doesn't want ugly numbers. One more time, it's not only the special angle that has beautiful number. This guy can also be done using very beautiful number if you don't inverse and find the A. If you don't do that.
Mhm.
If you do that, your answer will be ugly, or they say not exact. No? Now, actually, I know that you can do this. Now, are you somehow feeling unsure currently?
Uh,
Now, I'll give you my first hint because it is supposed to be just a warm-up. This is supposed to be a triangle question. That means the triangle method is what you rely upon in this question. Now, that's right. So you think about the triangle properly, and then we'll talk about it again afterwards. Now, Kyoko, did you choose SA1 or SA2?
SA2.
But this one clearly no circle, isn't it? Try again. Try looking again. Only one paper. Only one paper. Go up again. Go up again. Just checking. Yeah. So this one clearly no. Then it's okay. Then we'll go to another question. Another school. Okay. Fairfield. Okay. Wait. They might not have drawn it. They might not have drawn it. So slowly, go down. Slowly go up. See. They didn't draw it. See. Look. They did not draw it. Which again, remember what I say. Okay. Remember what I say. Okay. There is another circle there and follow as promised, right? So I promise you a few things, right? There'll be more than one circle, usually at the end. Sometimes they don't draw for you. The question is quite long. These are stuff, right? So, okay, Ainesh, so you're using the triangle. Okay. Today, can you zoom in?
yeah.
Okay, just zoom in a little bit, please.
Is it good?
Looks great. Looks great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so your answer would be 5. Sorry, I didn't see that yet. No. Okay, now wait, what? Oh yeah. Of course, both are minus. Very good. So please now press your calculator, even though the question does not want you to do that. Please do that and check whether you're correct or not. And then I have a few things to clarify with you. Kyoko, apply my method. Don't overthink things. You must put the number at the wait, I should follow. Kyoko, could you help me by putting your question into the Jamboard? It will be helpful for me.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So put it beside, even a small one would be nice. Okay. Ainesh, are you confirming using calculator?
Yeah.
All right.
Am I doing it right? Oh no, wait.
All right. Well, you can tell me your A. If your A sounds right, then probably right lah.
Minus 5.
Is the picture loading?
Doesn't seem to at all. But in your place, I also don't see it. I also don't see
Oh,
it.
it's correct. It's correct.
It's correct, yeah? All right. So Ainesh. Oh, now it's there. Now it's there. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna move it to the. I cannot move it. Huh. Okay, never mind. I'll just leave it there. Okay, thank you, Kyoko. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you do seem to be wrong though. That much is true lah. So this part is very important. Now, Ainesh. So I'm just going to make it. Sorry. Before that, I clarify a few things. Now, it is common for students, you lah, for example, and other students, after they learn the multiple answer type question, I have to give you a lot of answer one, usually at least 2, but usually 4 or 6, right? Those are question, right? That's usually in 3 go 4 and 3 go 5. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you guys have learned that, it is common to be slightly confused here, even though you learned this earlier and this is supposedly slightly easier, supposedly. It is very common to be confused and to be stunned for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you aware of that happening just now?
Yeah, maybe because it's just I'm not like thinking about that. Because I'm worried about SA2. I'll have so many things to.
Agree. I totally agree. That's part of the reason also. And obviously, the last one gives a better impression.
Yeah.
So totally. That's why I say it's totally common and normal to for that to happen. Now, I'm trying to prevent that from happening in exam by explaining the difference. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. The difference between the multiple answer where you are supposed to use calculator, right?
Yeah.
And then you're still supposed to make up for the calculator's weakness, right? You're supposed to, find many answers, which is the calculator's option. The difference between that question and this question is very, very straightforward. This question doesn't care about the angle. The other question, which has multiple answers, cares a lot about the angle. In fact, that's what they are asking you for.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know that this question cares not about the angle? How do I know?
Yeah.
You mean you don't know that you cannot tell that this question don't care at all about the angle?
No, I cannot.
How? How do you care? How can you
Well,
tell?
it's a triangle question, and the triangle questions you don't need to find the angle.
The problem is the question don't tell you there's a triangle question. I'm the one telling you.
Oh,
Now,
I guess
how
it's
can
possible.
you tell? How can you tell from the question, not from me?
They give you a range and they give you the value of one of sine, cosine, and tangent. It has to be a triangle.
No, same thing. The other one also do that. The other one will also give you a range, can also make it in radian, by the way, and does give you something kind of like sine A is this. They give you all similar stuff. That's not the key difference. The key difference is here. Here.
Oh.
Here, they say find tangent A. Put it simply, they don't care about A. In the other one, the one with multiple answer, they will say find the angle or find the A. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if I change this to find A, which still makes it easy, clearly you have to use calculator because there's no other way but to do inverse. Okay.
Yeah.
If they ask you again for tangent A, then they don't care about A. Then it is very likely to be a triangle method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That's all the differences. That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to make this slightly harder. There. I'm sorry. Oh, this is very confusing. Oh, this is very confusing. Okay, I'm gonna make it minus p plus to make it easier. If I put it as p, it's gonna be very confusing. Okay. Ainesh, you still have two more questions. That means the one with minus p and the one with sketch.
Oh, I know how to do this.
Very good. Please try. So Kyoko, your man. Okay, Kyoko, I don't like your basic equation, right? Your basic equation is totally wrong. And that's very bad for the rest of the question, yeah? Now, listen to what I say. It is x squared minus 6x, correct? So it will be x minus 3, lo. You shouldn't be confused there. However, you do seem to be confused. One more time. Huh? This is very important. This is minus x. How can an x plus 3, how can an x plus 3 square give you minus 6x? Never. Understand? Right? Same thing with the minus 4. Oh, minus 4. Then definitely minus 2 lah, because that's how you get minus 4, 1.
Yeah.
This is quadratic from sec 2. The way I present it is also, it is meant to be that simple. Clear first or not? Clear. Now, on the right-hand side, also, you're very confused. The minus 5 is definitely correct, because that's just plus 5 moving to the right-hand side. Okay? I am explaining this to be wrong in the same way as a quadratic. That means a sec 2 lah, a sec 2 quadratic lah. Right? So, Ainesh, if you're done, please do the sketching one. Don't wait. Don't wait too long. I explain it this way. Correct? There is a plus 9 that suddenly appear in order to make you able to complete the square. You need the plus 9, but you don't have the plus 9, correct? Plus 9, no? That's door on both sides. You must understand this not as a memorization. You must understand this. Make sure you do. If you don't, please ask.
Is negative 3 square not 9?
Correct. Plus 9. No? Yeah, plus 9. Correct. Plus 9.
But like, isn't it in the equation already?
I don't see any plus 9 here in that sense. Correct? In the original equation, there isn't. You're changing the original to this, You don't have any plus 9 in the original.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure? You still sound confused.
Yeah.
Right. Let me put it another way. Let me try to put it another way. X squared. I'm just rewriting the equation first, the original one. Nothing is changing right now. Yeah. Now I take the liberty of moving it to minus 5. Can just to make it easier. Can. So now I rearrange a little bit. Just x squared minus 6x, right? Right. And then put it a bit further. Plus y squared minus 4y lah. And then this will be equal minus 5. Again, no problem so far. Okay. I notice that I must do this. And I must also do that. I must do these two things. It's a simple door twice. Why must I do this? Why must I do this? Because I can then complete the square law. Without the presence of plus 9, I cannot do this lah. I cannot do that. And without the presence of plus 4, I cannot do this. Do you understand? So if I must make the plus 9 appear here out of nowhere, I must not break any law, right? how to not break the law? I must do a dollar lah, because dollar then is final. Plus 9, plus 9. I also need the plus 4 here, so I plus 4, plus 4 lah. Let me show you how your teacher will do it. Your teacher will do it slightly differently. Now, Ainesh, are you confused with the sketching?
No, I don't know yet.
Right. If you're confused, remove the minus first. That will make it much easier lah. Now, how does your teacher do it? Let me show you how your teacher do it. Your teacher will do it this way. He rearranges lah, A to make it, slightly easier to see. The same. He will leave the plus 5 here, right? Okay. Yeah. Your teacher will do this. Plus 9 minus 9. Your teacher will do plus 4 minus 4. That's what I guess your teacher will be doing. Understand? Why does your teacher do this? Because in the end, there is nothing here. So if I plus 9, I must also minus, if that makes sense. I must. Here, plus 4 minus 4. So equal to 0 also. So I can do that. Right? And then please notice that he's not using the minus 9. He's using the plus 9. Notice that. And then you'll complete the square. Again, same reason. He will also take the plus 4. He will not take the minus 4. Right? Then y minus 2 squared. Okay? And then you're still left with minus 9 here, right? And then you're still left with minus 4 here. And then plus 5, correct? And then he will combine these 3 and move it to the right. Correct?
Yeah.
So what happens when all these 3 move to the right without combining? Usually they combine first. Without combining, plus 5 will become minus 5. Minus 4 will become plus 4. And minus 9 will become plus 9. Correct or not? Correct or not? So my method is slightly shorter if you can understand. If you cannot, it is dangerous to do, admittedly. Maybe you should do what you can understand.
Okay.
Because this is still the most important thing. It's very it's very bad to get it wrong here. Very, very bad. So now you think carefully for your exam. Do you prefer to do this one or this one, or you need some other method? Think carefully. Right? You can make a decision after thinking about it. Today, as in now, but you think about it first. Right?
What's the range?
I'm so sorry. The range is standard from 0 to 360. Just be there. All right. Good. At least your drawing is nice. I totally disagree with your method, but your drawing does look nice. So I guess, well, let's see because you're not doing it professionally. I'm disagreeing with you so much because you're very slow when you're not doing it professionally.
Oh no, just because I'm last year, I look at my notebook to see where.
Yeah, and then you revert to all your standard instinct, which is very, very slow, and it worries me. So let's see. There's nothing wrong yet. Let's see. Okay, all right. Let's see what happened. So, Kyoko, have you thought about it? Is there anything you prefer here?
This one.
Oh, which one? I cannot see the
left
one. The left one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, please erase both and then redo that. Please erase my working and redo that. Okay. When you're comfortable, then you erase. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Ainesh, as predicted, I suppose, if you don't do it professionally, it becomes extremely slow.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So now I'll complete first. I complete yours out of respect because what you're doing is already very close to truth and there is nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm sorry, there is one thing wrong with it. But let me just point out what it is and to affirm that you're almost correct. However, I think it's very, very inefficient. which is usually bad for exam. It's okay for learning, but when in exam preparation. Now, this is meant not to be an x-axis. That's my biggest problem. It is, however, more important than the x-axis. It is a middle line, right? And the middle line, it should be drawn as a dot, dot, dot. Okay. Therefore, these numbers, which are correct, are presentation-wise not meant to be written here. It is meant to be written in the real x-axis, which means you have to draw another one. So that's my biggest gripe. This happens because you're not doing professionally. Now, what you're missing is this guy and this guy also, and therefore the x-axis. You cannot draw the x-axis before you know this guy and this guy. Now, venture a guess, please. These two guys, who are they? Venture a guess. Anything is fine, but make a guess.
6 and 4.
All right, so I'll put my 4 here and put my 6 here, and you are absolutely correct. Now, because you know it is 6 and 4, and in the end, if you're correct, right, then you know the x-axis is supposed to be down here, no? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0 there, down there. And then you're supposed to draw that as the x-axis, and then you're supposed to dot, 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 and then you write down all the 360 stuff for proper presentation. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We should revise the way to do it professionally. Okay?
You revise what each thing does, because I'm a bit rusty at that.
Right. So, absolutely right. You're supposed to think about transformation, right? So this guy, and this guy. In fact, I feel you're doing all correct. That's why you are so close to the truth. In fact, your guess about 6 and 4 is also correct. The only issue is this: you didn't start with the standard graph. Let me repeat what I'm saying. You know what they do because you are correct, even though you might be guessing. But you kind of simply forget that the original graph is from 1 to -1, right? And then if you handle it the professional way, is what you will do. One more time. Sorry. I shouldn't be drawn. So the professional way is dot, 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 right? Dot, 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 spread. 1, 2, 3, 4 first, right? And then you draw the helpful lines. I understand that it's supposed to be a flip. I understand, but let's just bear with me. So it's supposed to be 1, -0, and -1. Okay. So it's supposed to change this to what happened? -1 and 1. That's the flip law, correct? And then +5 plus. So it's supposed to change this to 4, 5, and 6 law. Right?
Yeah.
And then here 360, right? And then you divide by 2 law. Why? Because of the 2 line. Now, this can be done extremely quickly as a simple sketch. This is not meant to be a nice sketch in the end. After you do this simple sketch for yourself, you can draw the real thing wonderfully and quickly. So one more time, I am suggesting that you should do a improper sketch very quickly to find out everything. And then you do a proper sketch, also going to be very quickly because you do this first.
So just to quickly run through, first you do an improper sketch. You sketch on that improper sketch and then make a final sketch as the correct answer.
Correct. So make it small, make it, somewhere, make it, make it just, make it like you're working, something like that, rough work. And then I think I can trust your drawing skill to make the nice one. Okay, so I test you again, warm up again, right? Okay, so I'll erase all that. This will now be cosine. This will now be 3, and this will now be -2. All right. Improper sketch, please.
Okay.
So Kyoko, yeah, good. Right. All right. So the +8 should now be converted. This is what I teach you, right? Should be converted to √8 square, right? What does that mean? Why do we do that? No, don't rewrite that. No, don't rewrite stuff, right? The 8 should be equal to √8 square. This is an important and good habit, right? Not 8 to √8. No, wrong. It's 8 becoming √8 square. root 8 and then square it. Right now, why do we do this? Do you know why?
The Pythagoras formula.
To remind us that the radius is root 8, not 8 lah. Because sometimes in exam we can forget. Okay. Now, do you feel uncomfortable with root 8?
Okay.
Do you feel uncomfortable? It's not the nicest number for the radius, right? Do you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
You have never encountered this in your textbook practice, isn't it? Oh, dear.
No, I have.
Right. Do you think you are correct, even though you're uncomfortable, or you are now uncertain?
Uncertain.
How do we test that? It is important to just make sure at this stage, because if not, you continue everything wrong. It is that important. How can you test? Is it possible to test? Now, if you don't know how to test, at the very least, try to draw first the circle using this thing that you're not sure of. Please draw, and then I'll tell you how to test. Okay? Ainesh, have you done your improper work?
Yeah, I'm doing another.
Can I follow? Sorry.
Minus cosine,
I cannot follow. Yeah, it's still minus cosine 3x.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
I want to follow your improper work. I'm not seeing anything. Right. Okay. Let me see your improper sketch. Quick improper.
minus cosine 3x minus 2. So it's gonna be like,
Remember, it's dotted, yeah? Remember, it's dotted.
yeah.
Okay, you flip it. That's okay. Then what?
We dot here.
The dotted line is not the x-axis. The dotted line is the middle line.
Yeah, I know. Oh, what?
The middle line is dotted. The x-axis is supposed to be solid. Don't misunderstand it. And stop drawing the x-axis first. It is almost certainly that you are wrong. You don't even know where the x-axis is. The x-axis is not important at all. Stop drawing the x-axis. Stop it. Because that's your instinct. I understand, but stop it.
Okay.
You're stopping your instinct. I'm not telling you off. I'm telling your instinct to back off. Because most of the time we draw the x-axis. I understand. Instinct, back off.
By x-axis, you mean the modified x-axis, right?
There is no such thing as a modified x-axis. The x-axis is there, but you don't know where. It might be up there. It might not be down there all the time.
It is.
Right. Now settle the numbers first. Yeah, settle the number first. You're not following the steps, the best steps lah. You're not. Settle the numbers, please. The numbers on the y-axis. I mean.
Oh.
You're slow there. Feel that gap. Yeah, feel that gap. It is supposed to be 0. You're not starting with 0. Okay, like that. So I'll start with 0, 1, and minus 1. Okay. So like that. Okay. So supposedly it's 1, 0, and minus 1. And then I already flip it, right? So the minus is done, no? Right? So now this is supposed to be minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. So are you correct or not?
Minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. Yeah.
Right. However, what you do is a little bit risky, I feel, for exam. I feel. If it's an improper sketch, just do the 1, 0, minus 1, and then minus 2 everything. I think it's better that way. At least I think so. Yeah, minimize your chance of making mistake in exam. Now, the reason why I say this, Ainesh, because we do not know, I do not know, sorry, I do not know how resilient you are to exam pressure right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you know? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know how how resistant you are to exam pressure.
What do you mean by exam pressure?
The pressure you only feel during exam.
Oh, during the exam. Oh,
Nothing, not, I suppose under pressure, you call it under pressure, right?
I'd say moderately.
And that's normal, that's normal for most people. That's not just you, right?
Yeah.
Notice that your math is, in the last day, the second last exam, correct?
Yeah.
So either you will feel more pressure because you're tired, or you will feel nothing because you're tired. Either way is bad, lah. But that's also true for everybody, loh. Considering that, I am trying to drill to you the good habits that prevent you from making mistake when you are tired, so you don't feel anything, or you can feel something and you will feel a lot of pressure because you are tired. Please follow the habits. You are currently quite fresh.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want, be very tired tomorrow and see whether you perform well or not. Because that would simulate somewhat your exam condition.
True.
Your exam condition is not going to be ideal, very far from it. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you are not good. It means that you have a disadvantage, as with everybody lah. So right now you are okay. Will you be okay in exam or not?
Right now I would say I get like a 55, maybe 55 to 60.
You mean with your current stamina, alertness, and that kind of thing, and your mood also? Your mood is reasonably good, right? Quite good.
Okay, I'd say like, if I'm being generous, maybe like a 65 to 70.
Correct.
70 is quite good already.
I believe you, actually. I believe you. With the appropriate stamina, mood, and also all those stuff, all those good stuff. I mean, mood matters what in exam. Morale matters what in exam. And your first serious exam, after tuition, is not going to give you all that. You're going to be tired, most probably moody, and not sure whether you can feel or recall anything well. And you haven't touched math for 4 days. And your mind is full with either other subject or with the next test after math. Like those things are just weird conditions for performance lah. It's very weird.
Yeah.
And then there you go, your school like that one. There you go lah. That's what your senior experience from your school lah. Right? Now, if you're tired, moody, and full of other subject, be generous. How much will you get?
For my other subjects, you mean like science?
No, format. If you are now tired, right? If you are now tired and you listen to me, I'm yapping, la 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 la, and you're moody and all that stuff.
I mean, I'll say I'm actually reasonably tired right now. I went for a really long run. I don't have that much sleep on me.
Fair enough.
I don't usually get much worse than this, usually, unless it's CCA.
Are you sure you're not just going to be physically tired? Because agreeably, you're physically tired, but are you sure you're not also mentally tired?
Oh, true. Currently, I am not mentally tired.
Correct. And you are quite not moody, and your morale is rather high. I mean, I like all those things, I like you like this. I prefer you like this. But in exam, not going to happen. Now, again, think about what happens when you're mentally tired and you're moody and all those stuff, and then be generous. How much will you get?
I would say be generous. I think I'll make a bare pass.
So 52?
55. Yeah.
Okay, 52 to 55, yeah? Right.
Not very desirable.
But it's a pass, right? First of all, it's a pass. Considering all the disadvantages.
Because It's mostly focusing on trigonometry, which is basically the only chapter I've studied with you so far. Everything
Correct.
else I've just touched on. So
Correct.
I really want to score high for this.
Of course.
I've gotten guidance.
Of course.
Like
I understand the motivation, right? I feel it. You feel it. And you are skillful. You are skillful. But you cannot just brush off the disadvantage that you will. If not, our training is incomplete. If not, if you don't train for the disadvantage, you are setting yourself up for disappointment because you're expecting yourself to perform well under ideal conditions. But every time I meet you when you're mentally tired, you don't perform. And that's normal. That's just what people do.
True.
Now, if you just train for ideal condition, you will be disappointed because you don't get the ideal condition in the exam, right? And in this exam, in this exam. Okay, so now you have a few choices lah. You can continue and pretend what we're discussing will not happen. That's one option lah. I mean, you're skillful enough in that sense.
Yeah.
You can, another option is to train under tiring conditions, right? That's another option. Not today, but you can do that. Oh, I'm sorry, I can induce some tiredness in you. That's quite easy to do. That's another option. The third option is because you're a bit alert right now, you drill in the habits that will help you when you're tired. That's a third option. Maybe there are other options, but at least I give you those three. Do you understand the options?
Yeah.
Think about it for a while. I'll be with Kyoko. I'm very long. Sorry, Kyoko. So are you stuck right now?
Yeah.
Right. So now, what is the radius? The radius is root 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Root 8 is 2 root 2. Or I think if you press the calculator, root 8 will be? It's not going to be a nice number. So at least we know. All right, 2.8, right? Okay. So if the radius is 2.8, it's slightly less than 3, correct? Judging from your drawing is a little bit inaccurate because I don't think your circle will touch the y-axis, right? You understand? Let's say your coordinate is 3,2. Let's say it's correct. So you should make it the circle slightly smaller, not touching the y-axis, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. It's very important. If not, you are misleading yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so please do that first. Ainesh, do you have a fourth option that you like, or do you want any of those three options? We have time, okay? We have time.
Yeah, so practicing tired. I mean, I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to do that.
I can induce tiredness in you.
Yeah, by making me
right.
do.
By putting you under, ridiculous work for a short time, then you will feel more tired, and I don't let you refresh, then you do this, It kind of simulates what you're gonna face, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure. If you want, we can do that for the next hour.
No. It's easy enough to induce in around 5 minutes. Then after you do the tiring work, you immediately do a question. No? Make sense?
Okay.
Okay, let's see whether you can do it. Now, you're not supposed to look at all this paper because, we're simulating exam. So review this. This is your warm-up. If you're happy with your warm-up, you're gonna, not look at this paper anymore.
Paper?
This working that you have, right? Like this warm-up is meant to prepare you for all the skills you need,
Oh.
Right. So once you're ready, you let go of those paper. Okay, good. You let go of it. Now, I'm gonna explain how to make yourself tired first, okay? Right?
Okay.
It'll take around 5 minutes, right? Again, we're doing this for a reason. Normally, I don't want you to be tired, right? Normally, you don't want to be tired, right? Now, I have you a random list of, let's say, 20 numbers, okay? 20 numbers. So,
okay. It's 8:30 now, actually. So it would make more sense to do this at 9.
But at least I will explain to you first, okay?
Okay.
I'll explain to you, right? So, Okay, that's 10 set, that's 10 number, and then another 10, yeah, still one digit. So,
Oh, it's on slide 14. Okay.
oh yeah, it's on, yeah, page 4. Okay, let's say this is a 20 set of 20 numbers. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what to do to make yourself tired very quickly lah? Very easy. You're gonna perform, boring, repetitive, and quick calculations, and make sure you're correct. Now let me show you what I mean. Let me show. I mean, these are going to be simple math, but it's ridiculously fast. For example, so now let's say I write here +2. This is just a demonstration. What I am supposed to do is not to read 9, 6, 5, 2, 3. I'm supposed to read, watch, 11, 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 6, 3, 4, 9. Do you understand what I'm doing?
Yes.
The moment I skip a beat, I am wrong. So let me do that. Let me sneak in an error. See whether you can spot my error. Okay, I'm gonna sneak in an error. Still +2. 7, 4, 5, 9, 9, 10.
Oh, 9. It's 8.
Yeah, it's 8. Now you spot it early lah. And again, the spotter usually have an easier time than the calculator lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to make it very hard lah. For example, +2 times 2. What does that mean? I have to +2 and then times 2 +2 times 2 +2 times 2.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's not easy. Like, let me just show you. Again, my tempo is very fast because I know where I am, right? You just do when you're feeling the pressure. You will feel the pressure one, right? So for example, this is where I feel the pressure. 11, 12, 7, 4, 5, 8, 6, 2, 4, 14. Even you will feel the pressure, you the spotter. Correct or not?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you sense my mistake? I'm going to stick in a mistake, okay? +2 times 2, right? 7, 4, 5, 12, 9, 16, 11.
Wait, can you repeat that?
You understand the pressure?
Yes.
You understand the difficulty?
Yeah.
Now, just try for yourself, then you stop and take a break. Just try so that you understand what you're doing. So, find out the speed where you feel the pressure, right? Okay. Find out the speed. It doesn't have to be as fast as me. I will be with Kyoko and then we'll take a break, okay?
22, 18, 14. Oh, 8.
It's +2 times 2, okay? It's +2 times 2 +2 times 2 +2 times 2.
Yeah.
It's not +2n times 2. It's not. We alternate between +2n times 2.
Oh, we alternate. Oh.
Yeah, we alternate. If you do it the same, actually, it's probably easier. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Okay, alternating will probably be harder.
11, 12, 7, 4, 5, 8, 6, 2.
You're slowing down.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But you're correct lah. You're correct.
Yeah.
And then you do until 20, and you cannot make a mistake until 20. That's already hard enough lah. Right? Now you keep doing this for 5 minutes, your brain a bit stunned one. And then you do the trigo question immediately. That's how you induce certain mental fatigue lah. Simple, right? Okay, we'll do this after break.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you after break. Okay, bye. Right. So Kyoko, you are still at no, I'm sorry. You are still at right. Yeah, so let me revise this. Now, does this feel more difficult than your usual one?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is equal to 2√2, right? And our note says here is around 2 points. This is for our own. We should be doing this. Understand? This is for our own sake, right? So this is not 1. This is wrong. This is very close to here, right? The drawing shouldn't be misleading like this. It's not at 1. Make sense? It should be much closer to the y-axis, but not touching. Can you? Okay. Now, before we continue, let us make sure that we are correct first. The way to make sure that we are correct is not complicated at all. Now, for example, I choose this point. This point, I know what it is. It is 3 minus 2 root 2, comma 2. Correct? This point is supposedly on the perimeter of the circle. Okay? Supposedly. I will put this guy into the original equation and expect it to give me 0. If it doesn't give me 0, it's directly an alarm. Something is wrong. Now, do you understand what I'm saying?
The part where it says give 0, I don't get it.
Wonderful. I will explain. Now, first, try lah. The x will be 3 minus 2 root 2. The y will be 2. Try first, and then let me explain. Show me your calculator. So input x equals to that, because it's easier that way lah, rather than retyping. Then we go to bracket. Kyoko, you're not showing me the calculator yet. So are you doing it okay? Do you know how to do it properly?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Now, whatever the answer is, show me whether it's 0 or not 0. Oh, it is 0. Now, I was claiming to you that it means you are correct, look. Like that means your center is correct and your radius is also correct. Like, it's everything correct. I'm claiming. Do you understand why I'm claiming that or not?
No.
All right. Now, try by using a different point. So, for example, I want you to try using a point which I claim is wrong. So you claim just now that the point touches the y-axis, right? That's what your claim is, correct? So you're claiming that 0,2 is on the circle. Then I was telling you, yo, that's wrong, right? Now, how do I know? Now you try 0,2 lah in the original, see whether it gives you 0 or not.
No.
All right. So what it tells you is that 0,2 is not on the perimeter. That's what he's telling you. But he's also telling you 3 minus 2 root 2, 2 is on the perimeter. Lastly, I want you to try the center. I always say the center is the most important thing. I think you have that feeling. Now, try putting the center into the equation. So, does it give you 0 or not?
No.
Right. Now think carefully, Kyoko. 3,2, I believe, is the correct center. But when you put the center in the equation, the original one, it does not give you 0. Does that bother you or not?
No.
Good. Now, do you understand what I mean by you can confirm your answer?
I don't know how to word it out.
But do you understand?
So,
You have never tried this before in your practice, isn't it?
no.
Do you believe me when I say this? In exam, you really need to do this.
Yeah.
Because if you're wrong, everything is wrong. Not just the first part. It's that important. Right? So from now on, we're doing exam questions anyway, right? From now on, always practice this until you either figure out whether you understand it or you get used to it. Okay. Now, for now, we're going to have a break, and then I'll see you after the break, and then we continue. Now, notice that your part 2 is done already, lah, and your part 2 is must be correct, right?
Okay.
Then you go back to part 1, and that's okay. You go back to part 1, how to do it, and then part 3 and part 4. Okay, after the break. See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Wait, I come back at what time?
Supposedly at 9, but maybe you come back around 9:05 or 9:10. Okay.
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 Yeah.
See you.
Yeah.
Ainesh?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, yes, Ainesh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I was a bit late. I was eating dinner.
All right. Okay. Are you ready to wait. Before we hire you, so we're doing this so that you are more mentally ready for the exam, right?
Yeah.
Right. Would you test what I asked you to do for around 2 sets lah? When I say 2 sets, I mean 2 times the 20 numbers. And let's see how you feel lah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So this is how you should do it. The first set, you go forward. The second set, you go backward. No?
Sorry. What?
One more time. So +2 times 2, right? That's what you're trying to do, correct?
Yes.
Now keep a proper tempo. No need to be so fast. It will still be tiring, right? So
Mhm.
the first step, you go like that. And then the second one, you go upward, look. So backward, lah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So please shout the numbers. So I'm your checker for now, right? So do that whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's go. 3, 2. 11, 12, 7, 4, 5, 8, 6, 2, 4, 14, 7, 4, 5, 12, 9, 16, 11, 14, 2, 16.
Okay, wonderful, consistent tempo and everything. No need to go faster than that. Now, in 3, 2, 1, you're going to go backward. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
10, 2, 9, 18, 10, 14, 8. Oh, where am I? 10, 14, 8. Okay, there I am. Okay,
just to
I
add to the
lost-
pressure, I'm just adding to the pressure. Tat. I'm just going to say that, to add the pressure. You are wrong. Okay, continue.
okay. 8, 6, 5, 10, 9, 4, 3, 8, 8, 6, 6, 4,
Tat.
10, 8, 18.
Okay, all right. Okay, just to add to the pressure. How do you feel?
Okay, not bad so far.
Right. So just an attempt to tire you, not a serious one. But now please catch something lah. I prepared for you in page 15. Sorry. Please look at page 15 and please catch and see how it goes, right? Okay, please catch. Okay, please do so. Now, Kyoko, any questions before you continue? Anything to clarify?
I don't know how to go.
Okay.
I don't know how to continue.
Right. So at least you know part 2, correct? Yeah. Ainesh, please do it immediately when you still feel kind of tired, right? In page 15, right? So Kyoko, for part 1, right? So you notice that there's another line, you even draw the line, and I think the way you draw the line is actually wrong though. Okay. So the way you draw the line is very misleading for yourself, yeah? Now look, this is CG, so we should review this properly. Wait. No. You're absolutely correct. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice this one. So, apologies. I think your number is now correct, right? So far, so good. Except that I think you should go to 3 lah. Except I think that your line should pass through the 3 instead. Right? Do you know why? Because it's gradient 2, gradient 2. So I think that's a slightly more accurate lah. Slightly more accurate, right? So besides that, I think it's fine. Now, how to find A and B? You're saying that you have no idea, is it?
Yeah.
Now it is not difficult at all. The circle and the line intersect, correct? When they intersect, their x and the y are the same. When they intersect.
What's a quick question? If it's fx, it multiplies and divides, right? Not plus and minus.
I'm sorry, the one, which one? I'm sorry. The
If
half,
it,
is it?
No, 2.
The two multiplies. Yeah, it's not weird, like it's not weird. If that's what it's not weird, yeah. Okay, so Kyoko, if their x and the y is the same, then all you need to do is to substitute the y into the y. And you can do that by your new format or your old format. I think both will be fine. That's just up to you.
But then, for the x value, will it only have 2? No?
Does that make sense for the x value to have 2?
Like
Does that make sense?
Two
Yeah.
different x value.
Does that make sense for you to have 2 different values?
Yes.
Correct, because there is a and there is b one.
Okay.
Then, of course, you have your y value also, and therefore you have found your coordinates. All right.
Okay.
All right. Please try that. So it's not very complicated. You just need to work.
Okay.
Okay, try to do it as quick as.
Right. So you found. So you did a quick sketch above, and then this one is your real sketch, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to copy that, right? I'm going to copy that, and then please observe how I do it. I will do it, professionally, right? Professionally. I will also do it in 2 steps so that you know my quick and my my proper, right? So my quick one, right? So my quick one, dot, 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 dot. Okay. So I always do the dot, dot, dot. I notice that you don't do that, right? Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot, 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 dot. Some. Okay. Right. So this will be my this will be my pi over a half log, so which is equals to 2 pi. So I think at that point you are quite correct, right? So there's some mistakes, and that is supposed to be 0, 1 minus 1, and then boom, boom, 2 minus 2, and then boom, boom, 1 minus 1 minus 3. So there is a lot of mistake here. Just from my short improper work, I think you make a lot of mistakes already. So first thing first.
Wait, this figure.
I'm sorry.
The range.
The range is from 0 to 2 pi. Yes. This one. How does this happen? Again, from 1 0 minus 1 to 2 0 minus 2. Make sense? Because of this.
Oh, I did the minus 1 first.
No, you did the multiplication first. You do the multiplication, sorry. You do the multiplication first.
Okay.
Okay. A bit of revision there. If you do, I see. If you do, if you do the minus first, then you are right. Yeah, of course, I understand. Right. So that's one issue. The second issue is this is a revision of the tangent shape. The tangent shape looks like this, like this, like that, and like that. How come? Before, it's a repetition of the same shape. The shape looks like that one, like that, like that, like that. Both of your shapes here are wrong in that sense. I don't think it's going to be acceptable. Would you please try practicing the real shape for a while for tangent?
Oh, okay.
Please give it a try, and if it is any doubt, you must help. So Kyoko, you decided to put it in the other one. Okay, understood. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, now the shape looks wonderful. I suppose, sorry, maybe it looks, okay, the middle guy, the middle guy, Ainesh, you correct it a bit. So I'm going to copy your, Right. So your middle guy, if you put a middle line here, you will realize that this guy is supposed to cut at the middle line. There, something like that. Okay, so please kindly fix that by simply adding the middle point here.
Okay.
Right. No. The middle line is fine. I mean that the graph should cut here also. That means the shape of the graph is in general not correct because of that. It's very obvious when you add that. So the teacher cannot, the teacher cannot ignore something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's important. Now, besides all the things here, you still do one more mistake here, which is a repetition of the same mistake.
Yeah.
That dot. Remember, the middle line should be dot dot dot. The x-axis should be solid.
Yeah.
My middle line should be a dot 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 dot, and my x-axis is here. Should be a solid. There, that's my 0. Okay. Now you didn't do that. You didn't do that. Now, currently, I'm not sure because it's your tiredness or because you forget tangent, but there are some new mistakes here and there are some old mistakes here.
So it's just this one, I think that's a bit odd. It's true. I think that actually might have to do with my tiredness, honestly.
True, might be. Because look, the shape is correct, but you're supposed to put it on top, for example.
Yeah.
Right? There is
That's
that.
a careless mistake.
There is that. Careless mistakes multiplies when we're tired. Clearly. Right. Now, we are continuing the training. We are trying to make you tired and then make you do things which are normally reasonable. All right. Are we continuing with that? Does this make sense or not? Am I torturing you or what?
No.
Okay. Then make your tiring process more tiring. How can you do that? Yeah, you're back to page 14. How can you make it even more tiring?
Page 14. I mean, I don't know. You came up with the exercise. It's just quite interesting, actually. I've never seen this.
I mean, I suppose this is more tiring, slightly more.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Again, no need to go so fast, right? But if you're wrong, then I, shout at you, just to pressure you and out there, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Whenever you're ready, do the, twice, backward and forward and backward.
All right. Okay. I'm ready. 12, 18, 8, 6, 6, 12, 7, 3, 5, 21, 8, 6, 6, 18, 10, 24, 12, 21, 4, 24. Now reverse it.
Wonderful. Go back.
Yeah. 11, 3, 10, 27, 11, 21, 9, 9, 5, 15, 10, 6, 4, 12, 7, 9, 5, 15, 9, 27.
Wonderfully done, right? Wonderfully done. Everything is correct. I like it. The problem is, can you do the question afterwards, right? So still sketching. So look at question 16. Again, do improper and proper. Yeah, I want to see both. Yeah, right. So. Yep. So please do so. Okay, Kyoko, are you okay so far? Because you keep repeating. Are you okay?
I just didn't calculate properly.
Right. Understand. All right. 5 or 13 over 5. Okay. Based on your drawing, 5 or 13 over 5, does it look reasonable?
Yes.
It also looks kind of reasonable to me, lah. Right? It's also good. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Right? So you have your first Y and then your second Y. This is your improper, right, Ainesh? This is your improper.
Yeah.
You are still not doing the middle line as dot dot dot, you know. You are still not doing that.
Okay, I'll do it for the green one.
Mhm. Okay. Oh, now it's dot dot dot. Okay, wonderful. Right. Wonderful. Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay. So this is your proper one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I am counting your mistake. I don't mean to demoralize you, yeah, but you seriously make more than one mistake. So there's one mistake, there's two mistake, there is. I'm not sure whether the third mistake is also considered as maybe there are three mistakes, but this is seriously mistaken.
Uh-huh.
Right, right. Find your mistake. Find your mistake.
Okay.
If this is tiring, well, that's what we're trying to do, right? Okay, so Kyoko, do you have confidence that you are correct?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. How about part 3 then? Ainesh, can you not see your mistakes?
Yeah, I can't actually.
All right, now I will just tell you because I'm expecting you to be tired and I don't give hints, right? So let me just copy first, right? However, there are things to praise, like you did the fast one and then you did this one. That's fine. That's I like. That's I like. It will be good for exam. Dot 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 dot. Now 0. I'm just gonna flip it immediately, right? So flip it immediately, even though it's my fast, right? -1 and 1. Now this is supposed to be 3 minus 3, and this is supposed to be 15 and 12 and 9.
Oh.
Goodness me,
Oh.
right? Then another mistake will be this is supposed to be 360 and then divided by half. So this is supposed to be 720. So you make mistake on the x-axis and the y-axis.
Wait,
So
what?
that worries me a lot, right? It's half x, you know. Half x doesn't mean 180, you know, here. This is wrong. No, that's for x. Remember, the x is weird, the y is not.
Oh, so the x inverse. Well, what's it 720 degrees now?
But correct, because half means it's 360 times 2 or divide by half lah, whichever you prefer. It's supposed to be 720. So there's the mistake also there lah.
Wait, whoa. So the actual graph would just be this.
If they ask from 0 to 360 lah, yeah. If they ask, then it will just be this one. So this is gone. No? Yep.
What?
I mean, it's 720, so,
oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Right. Plus, maybe your third mistake will be that you didn't specify the x-axis. You're supposed to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So even though you are wrong, you still should specify the x-axis, and then you forget. But you get your middle line dot dot dot, which I'm happy lah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whether you can revise yourself when you're tired. What kind of mistake is this?
I think most of them are careless. The half one. Yeah, I think most of them are careless. If I had time to think, I would be able to avoid them.
No, I'm not asking you to do it fast though. I'm asking you to do it correctly.
Oh, true. But the thing
It might.
What my math teacher keeps saying, keeps insisting on, might be a hint to the exam at this point, is that it's not even about the difficulty of the questions, it's about the speed and how you do the questions.
I never teach you to be fast.
True.
I don't want you to be fast. You are trying to be fast. You are not trying to be correct. When we are tired, it's even harder to try to be correct. Your decision. But I prefer you decide today during training, not during exam. During training, please decide you want to be correct or you want to be fast or you want to be both or what.
Yeah.
I prefer you decide on training. If not, then your training is different from your exam.
Okay, I think we do it at the. I guess we do it at a regular pace.
Yeah. I never ask you to be fast anyway. It's a wrong thing to do. It's a wrong thing to you to ask you to be fast. You are already plenty fast if you're thinking correctly.
Yeah.
I actually want you to slow down to the point where you're correct.
Mhm.
Just like our tiring practice. If I ask you to be fast, you'll make mistakes.
True.
But that's not the point. That's not the point. Now you are making a decision here. You want to be correct more than you want to be fast. Correct or
Yeah.
not? That's your decision. Okay. I definitely can stand behind that decision. Tire yourself again. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need it to be more tiring or is
Yes.
this is plenty tiring? All right.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry, yeah. This is going to be a mess, okay? Right? This is going to be a mess. Okay, this is not easy at all. Okay, just say. Okay, now before you start, okay, Kyoko, any questions so far?
I'm still thinking.
All right, wonderful. Please try that. However, I will suggest that maybe you want to draw. Maybe you want to draw, right? I'll suggest. Okay, so Ainesh, whenever you're ready, please start. I suggest you go a little bit slower.
Okay. Let's go. 11, 4, 10, 4, 1, 8, 6, minus 1, 4,
Yeah.
9, 3, 4, 5, 4, 14, 10, 7, 14, 3, and then 6. And
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
oh, sorry, I didn't go the snake. I went.
No, just go backward now. Just go backward.
So 16 minus 1, 9.
No. When you say go backward, you start from +2 lah.
+2, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 10 minus 1, 14. 11, 6, 14. 8 minus 1.
Oh, that. Just say.
Wait, I didn't.
Should be one.
Wait. Okay, let me redo. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me redo it. Okay. 10.
Okay, give you pressure. No, you're not supposed to redo. Continue.
Oh, okay. 12 1, 4, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8, 5, 0, 10, 8, and then 7.
Yeah, considering your first time, you make another mistake just now, it's totally great lah. Like the point is, you should be, a bit tired. Okay. Now do the sketch again. No? The sketch. Every time I ask you to do this, it will seem a bit numbing. You're just doing the same thing. Correct.
True.
Try to be correct regardless of all that, because that is what you will experience in exam, a numbing feeling, because you've been doing so many exams, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sympathize on your cough also. Oh, too bad lah, right? Something like that, just to make you feel worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm now trying to confuse you lah. I am now trying to confuse you even more. You see, I am now.
Oh, it is minus 5 cosine 5x minus 5. Okay.
Yeah. The fast and the proper, please. Okay, so Kyoko, you draw something else. It does look great, except that let me clarify. So let me clarify your drawing, Kyoko, yeah? So the original circle, is it supposed to touch the -1 or not? Just checking.
No.
Is it supposed to be above the -1 or below the -1? Above. So it's not touching and above. So therefore, if let's say this is your -1, correct? So it's slightly not touching, right? Correct? Then your new circle should be, first of all, also not touching the -1, and I think slightly below, if that makes sense. So the way you draw, I think, is misleading also, if that makes sense. Of course, I also teach you one thing. You should reflect the center first, correct? Now, it looks to me that you reflect the center, but you do not know what the center. Now, that bothers me a lot. That bothers me a lot. More than the perimeter problem. The center you don't know bothers me a lot. Please think about what the center is. If you don't know, we should revise that. Okay, that's your fast, right, Ainesh? Okay, that's your fast. It's from 0 to 360 also, just same thing. It's from 0 to 360. But yeah, you should start with one proper one first, right? Now, Kyoko, I make it slightly faster. It should be 3 comma, right? Makes sense, right? Should be that. The question is 3 comma what?
I think I should do it at a faster pace.
Yeah, don't do it very fast, Do it slow and correct, please.
No, I actually think I should do it at a faster pace because in the exams I usually don't have time to do it this slow. And this is literally just exam preparation. So
that is not my suggestion. Be very careful in what you're doing. Yeah? Just be very careful. Okay?
but,
Very careful.
I mean, literally since secondary school started, like Sec 1, I've always had to do it at this sort of pace. I've never really had time.
Let me repeat this. The techniques I teach you, when done normally, are very fast. You're not trying to be fast here. You're trying to rush. I think I'm just guessing your mind. Be very careful. The techniques I teach you are plenty fast when done properly. You don't need to rush again, but your call. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Your call. Kyoko, so the why. What can I say? You make how many mistakes?
No, I still make mistakes.
How many mistakes do you make? Okay. At least that part is correct. Oh, and then I see an x-axis and a middle line. I like it a lot. So I can confidently say you make mistakes in one category only, no? So there is one category of mistake that you're just all gone. But the other category I like very much. Yeah. So there's that thing. In one category, you're just gone. You're just gone. Right. Okay. Do find that mistake. Now, Kyoko, what do you think if I say this is 2, right? This is -1, correct? Since this is the mirror, correct?
Yeah.
2 to -1 must have the same distance as this one. Must have, look, if that makes sense. Okay. So this guy conveniently then must be -4. Because, the distance is now 3 and 3, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
That is how you immediately know the center, and that's good for your equation, right? Because that's all you need. Don't you think? Okay. Now, Ainesh, so let's go through this. I like your x-axis. It is now at least a solid and above. I like it a lot. I like your middle line. I really like it. I like your 0, -5, -10. I actually like those things a lot, actually. I like those things. So your problem is the x-axis, in the sense that the x-axis numbers and all those stuff, it's just totally off. It's supposed to be 360 divided by 5, Like you're still messed up there. The x-axis is messing you up.
X is always in half.
Yeah, x is always weird. Remember, x is always weird. It's supposed to be 360 divided by 5, and therefore you're supposed to draw 5. You're nowhere close to it. I mean, you're mixed up there, there.
Okay.
Now, redo it first. Redo it properly first. Just slow down. Okay, just slow down because you're getting a lot of things correct, lah. That's fair. Okay, so Kyoko, and therefore that's the answer, lo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And you can check the answer key first just to be sure.
Okay.
Right.
That's not much to do.
Yeah, it's very unprofessional, but for now, I just want to see the 360 divided by 5, and I want you to write it down not at the middle line. That's the most strangest thing. I want you to write down on the x-axis. It's a very weird one.
On the x-axis.
Okay, now this again, let me repeat what you're supposed to do, because it's very weird. What you're supposed to do is very weird. Okay, so let me just put it in a Jamboard. So you're supposed to use the middle, something like that. You're supposed to use the middle line as a gauge here, right? And then you have to go up here and write, 360 by 5, which is 72 degrees. It's not 75, it's 72.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the weird thing that you're supposed to do. Your 144 is also wrong. It's supposed to be here instead. It's supposed to be in the next valley, right? Yeah. And the next valley and the next valley. Yeah, never mind. So you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Because the drawing is also already not good, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. So we have been doing this training, which is tiring and kind of numbing for a while, right?
Yeah.
And you haven't gotten anything correct. And that's the expected result, though, first time.
I like this though. It does make you remind of exams.
True. And I think exam is worse. It's more numbing, I think. It's more numbing and more full of rushing pressure, which is bad, which is really bad for you, for everybody. So the training is kind of useful if you get it correct. You are not reaching that point yet, but if you continue, you might reach there sooner. Okay. So are you sure we can continue doing this for the next 20 minutes? Because right now you're not getting anything correct. And I pretend I don't care. I don't care. You're getting it wrong. Ha ha ha. Can we continue for the next 20 minutes? Are you sure, Ainesh?
No. Let's try one more time.
Right. So you go and tire yourself, and then I'm going to switch it up to the triangle question. Understand?
I am quite exhausted, actually.
Precisely, and that's what we're trying to do. It doesn't feel good. Yes, Kyoko.
I found a new question, but it's like it asked me to draw a graph.
Let me see whether it's a circle question. Not just checking. Right. So the first part they ask you to draw. Now, I don't think the first part have any connection with the second part. That's a very weird question to put. Feel free to ignore the first part. Look, just do the second.
Okay.
Yeah. So feel free to do so. Ainesh, are you ready to tire yourself even more?
Yes. Okay. Are you changing the numbers again?
Yes. I'm just making it harder and harder and harder. Right? Just harder and harder and harder. Right? That's just how it is. Now, to make you even, unsettled, right? So I'm just going to ask you to start from the back first, changing things up a bit. And then you go forward. So backward first and then forward. Feel free to slow down a little bit. Please start.
Okay. 11 minus 2, 21. 12, 5, 21. 9, 0, 6, 8, 4, 6, 4, 1, 12. 9, sorry, 6 minus 1, 15. 9, and then 6.
I'm not going to praise you. Please continue forward.
Right. 12, 3, 15. 5, 0, 12. 7, 7.
Just pressuring you.
7 minus 2, 6. 10, 2, 6. 6, 3, 21. 11, 6, 21. 4, 5.
Right. To make it less rewarding, I will not praise you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm asking you to draw a triangle, do a triangle question. So that's kind of a hint, yeah. So page 18, please.
Okay.
Now I'll give you the identities, okay? So I promise to tell you, right, if you need identities. So the identities which is relevant will look like this. Equals to tangent A minus tangent B over 1 plus tangent A tangent. Okay, now please do this question.
What? Oh my God.
So you should have difficulty processing the question right now.
Yeah.
And you want to rush and get it done, no? And yet you must control yourself and calm yourself down and do it slowly and correctly. Seriously, yeah, that's my advice.
Okay. Let's do this.
So, Kyoko, if I remind you, you are supposed to confirm during exam, right? Because it's important to do. Are you trying to confirm right now? Just checking.
No.
Please confirm. Okay, this is my very strong advice. You must confirm. Please confirm right now.
Okay. Yeah. It's not on the circle.
So Ainesh, you're faced with a third problem, right? Correct, yeah. That's what you're facing right now, correct? That is giving you another source of pressure. Another source of pressure. If you're feeling it. Now, what do you do if you face this in exam, right? What do you do?
Just keep going until. I mean, if I really can't do it, honestly.
Honestly, you should leave it there, right? That's the best course of. At least you get some marks out of it, right? If you're
And
correct.
then try to get as many method marks as possible.
Fair enough, but by balancing it with the time, you may use the time for some other question. You see, currently there isn't, right? But just be careful of your time.
Yeah.
This is where you should be careful of your time. Because arguably, I think you did all you can. I think you did all you can, you see.
Also, I'm pretty sure the CA2 is without calculator.
Well, I can do this without calculator.
Oh.
Cert is not necessarily meant to be done with calculator. This is not very difficult to do without calculator. But you do have a, you do have a bad, you're not good friends with search right now, right? You're not. The best option will probably to stop right now for now. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So okay. So I will check lah. I will check, right?
Yeah.
Which page? Oh, sorry, there's no page. So I just copy this first. Okay, so all right. So quadrant one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, correct. And then the 1, the 5, and the root 24 is correct. The 3, the 4, and the root 7 is also correct. Good. So this is just fine. So I like the plus, I like the minus, and then tangent A is correct. Tangent B is, oh dear. Now you see the effect already. Now you see the effect.
Is it not? Oh my God, what am I doing?
No, okay, let's stop. No, it's okay. So what were you doing? If you think about it, what were you doing?
This is so careless.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not surprised if you're rushing or tired or both. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Right, now, I'm going to stop the training, okay? This is already plenty, or say, yeah. Normally, we try to avoid this, right? Correct, for the exact reason, but now we're trying to face it. So if we're doing this training again the next time, be prepared for such possibility and you must counter it. That will seem totally new to you because I've never asked you to do that also. All this while, I've been asking you to avoid being tired. And of course, that is the right thing to do. Now, there is a change. You're trying to do something actually kind of easy within your reach, but under not ideal conditions. And this is what happened. Now, are you demoralized?
Yes.
You didn't get anything correct when we start tiring you. Again, are you demoralized?
Yes.
However, you don't sound that demoralized.
Yeah, I guess.
Why is that so?
Because you keep telling me that it's expected.
I'm not trying to comfort you though. I'm trying to tell you to expect it the next training and do it better.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you sound tired.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we end today. It will be a different feeling. All right. Now, do rest well still. I don't mean that tomorrow I want to meet you in a tired condition. That's not what I mean. Okay, I don't want that also. If I want to tire you, then we tire you at that point. Not before the tuition. All right, clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, it is a very good experience today, Ainesh. I hope you don't lose sleep because of this, and have a good rest, lah. Okay. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Kyoko, are you feeling tired right
No.
All right, right. Okay, so Kyoko, are you saying that your first answer, the original circle and everything, is correct?
I didn't check the answer key.
No, don't check the answer key. Stop. Kyoko. No, I don't want you to check the answer key. Okay, this is exam preparation, right? I don't want you to check the answer key. You don't have answer key in exam. Are you saying that you are correct based on what you confirm now?
Yes.
Okay, again, tell me, because the coordinate of the center is 3,4, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So the drawing seems according to 3,4. Now, which point did you use to check?
The center point.
You use the center point to check? Really?
Okay.
You use the center point to check where?
If it's on the circle.
The center point is obviously not in the circle. What are you doing? The reason why you draw the circle is so that you can choose one of the points on the perimeter, not the center point. If you put the center point here, it certainly will not be 0. That doesn't make sense at all, because it is not on the center, it's not on the circle. Now, how did you check? Did you forget how to check?
No.
Now, choose a point on the circle. Which point?
Any point?
Any point on the perimeter, lah, right? Choose a point for us.
This
Okay,
one.
this point. Now, tell me what this point should be.
3. 3 negative 3.
3. Now, you sub in here using your calculator, and hopefully it's 0. Is it right or is it wrong?
No.
Precisely, you are wrong. Do you understand this, Kyoko? If this happens in exam, do you understand? There is no doubt you are wrong. Your next step is not to doubt whether you're wrong or not. No, you are wrong. The next step is to find your mistake, not to wonder whether I'm right or wrong. No, you are wrong. That's the function of confirmation, telling you, oh, danger, danger, something is wrong. Okay. Now, I can see your mistake. Is that special? Do you want me to tell you where your mistake is?
Yeah.
Don't wish for me to tell you where your mistake is. Okay, redraw the circle or whatever, you're making a correction, right? And then recheck, 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 redraw and recheck. Okay, what is important is to recheck, recheck. So you have a new point to check. What will be the point? Three, sorry, which point are you checking with?
3.
Three, two, is it? 3, 2, oh, 3, 2, you're checking with 3, 2, really?
This one.
3-2, is it? 3-3,
3.
3-3. You mean 3-3, 3-3.
Yeah,
Okay, wonderful. Okay, please check with 3-3 then. Please check.
Zero.
Right. Now, let's stop for a while. Let's talk about this exam training. Now, how do you feel right now knowing that you are correct?
Certain.
Wonderful. If this were to be exam, right? You experience, the mistake, and then you follow my advice, you find out your mistake, and now you are certain you are correct. How would you feel if this is exam?
Relief.
I would agree with you. Do you feel that you are also worried?
Sorry.
Even though you are correct, right? Because I think
No.
you're correct now. Okay, yeah. Would you also feel worried if this is exam?
Why?
Maybe because you have spent a lot of time to reach this position.
Yeah.
Would you feel worried in exam?
If I can, like, if I know how to do this, like at the back of, like at my fingertips already, then I wouldn't really spend a lot of time on it. So.
Oh, you're saying that this is still new to you.
Yeah.
Fair, and you're getting slightly better. Fair enough, lah. So train more, lah. That's what you're saying, right? This is not exam,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, let me say one thing so that you can remember this during exam, during the hard times. If this happen in exam, it doesn't automatically feel good, even though you're correct. Because you feel that, why did I make the mistake, or, I could have, spent more time in other question, that kind of thing. Okay? Especially if the exam is only half an hour, right? Then you spend, 3-4 minutes finding your mistake. It is not good feeling. However, it is the right thing to do. Because so that we don't forget, if you continue, everything is even worse.
Yeah.
You will not just lose the 3 marks, right? You will lose every mark and you will lose more time, knowing you don't even know. That's very, very bad. So your relief should not be 3 marks. Your relief should be that you avoid future mistakes down the way. Understand that? If you remember that, you will feel, at least you don't feel your morale going down. You should feel more, steady, I will continue again.
Yeah.
Right. So this is my true advice for exam, not for the, understand, yeah? One more time. That means I'm expecting you to do mistake in exam. You must understand it. I'm training you. Okay, one more time. Listen to me. Listen to me. See whether you understand or not. I don't expect you to be perfect in exam. I am expecting you to make some mistakes, not a lot, some, because you're a human being. You're a human being, right, Kyoko? Last time we checked. Okay, so I expect that you as a human being do some mistakes in exam, and I expect you to find them. Which one do you want me to expect? You not making any mistake in exam, or you make mistake and find them in exam? Which one?
Making mistake and finding them.
So you would prefer me to scold you if you don't find your mistake, compared to scolding you if you make mistake. If I scold you for making mistake, that means I expect you to be perfect, lah. Correct?
Yeah.
This is so easy. Why are you making mistake?
Yeah.
Especially when in exam, it's very important. That kind of thing. Versus, I expect you to still make mistakes, but catch them. So I will scold you if you don't catch them.
Yeah.
That's your expectation. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
that's also my expectation. You're saying, yes?
yeah, because I usually I'm always very, very careful, so I don't make mistakes very, very often.
True.
So yeah.
But in circles, you do.
It's because it's very new to me, so I don't really know.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I make mistakes.
But just be clear, what do you want me to expect out of you? Even if you're careful.
Uh,
Let me put it another way. How do you want me to train you to be perfect or to catch your mistakes? It's a different training. Sorry, let me make it complete. To minimize your mistake, of course, but still to catch them if you make. Or to make no mistake at all. Which one should be your training?
Make no mistake.
Let me get this clear. Yeah? Make this clear. Because now you're saying something different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You play drum, right? You play drum. Huh?
Yeah.
Now in music, especially in music performance, making a mistake can be obvious lah.
Yeah.
People hear lah, right? They cannot play, but they hear ma, right? It's very easy to, it's much harder to spot math mistakes lah. Huh? Easier to spot a music mistake, right? Maybe as a drummer, you're a drummer, right? Your mistake is not the note low. So lucky you lah. But but to be fair, as a drummer, if you make a slight deep mistake, people probably won't notice. Maybe your fellow player will lah, maybe lah, but other people may not lah. Right? So mistakes for a drummer can be more easily forgiven than the vocalist, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that true, or am I imagining things?
I don't know. I never actually performed before, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I'm bringing this up because I want to know why you want to be perfect in exam lah. In exam, is there a particular reason?
Because if I'm not perfect, I'm very careless. So yeah.
Hi, it's a black and white thing here.
Huh?
Meaning if you're not perfect, then you are very bad.
Yeah.
There is no in between.
Yeah.
This is you saying it out of your knowledge of yourself.
Yeah.
You are either this or that.
Yes.
Tell me a bit more. What do you mean?
I do work, I normally go very, very slowly. So then I always spend a lot of time on my homework. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm very, very careful. Then I always get the right answers.
Okay.
Yeah, but then if you ask me to do it quickly within a certain amount of time, I'll still try to not make as many mistakes as I can. But then if you rush me, I will make a lot of mistakes lah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Have I rushed you before?
No.
Right. Do I intend to rush you?
No.
However, exam has a time limit. So does exam rush you?
Yes.
So we have a dilemma here. Huh? Now you listen a bit to what I did to Ainesh, right? I tell Ainesh, I don't want you to be tired. I want you to be fresh. Same with you, I don't want to rush you. I never want to rush you, right? Never. But today I purposely tired Ainesh lah. You know the reason why?
No.
Because his exam schedule is crazy. That means his school is crazy. His math test is at the end of a full week of exam. Every day have 2 exams and still have class some more. Just not a bit crazy. It's too crazy already. It's normal for his school though. His school always do that one.
So they chuck all the exams in 1 week.
1 week, 10 exam. Okay, 10
Huh?
exam. The math is number 9. Like you imagine that's the Friday. And then after math, one more. And then in between all that, still got normal class.
Okay.
First time I hear that, what are we trying to do here? What are we trying to accomplish here? But I remember back then my school also like that one.
Yeah.
Never mind, no, but back then I enjoy but I don't think it is enjoyable for most other people. So anyway, my point is I'm telling him that, hey, your exam situation not ideal at all. You will be tired, you will be numb, no? Then starting today, I give him some option and then he choose, okay, my training now shall be when I am tired. That's his choice, right? Because it simulates the exam that he will, go through. And true enough, when it's very easy to tire somebody quickly and he keep making mistakes, which are, very careless, which means that, it's easy, but we still make the mistake. That's just what happened in his life, in his exam, in his school. That's him, right? It's crazy, it's crazy. Now, you're not going to experience that. I don't think so, right?
No.
But still, exam is a time limit. So it is not ideal for you. However, notice my solution for him. My solution is never rush. My solution is usually like this. You must have the proper habit, because if you do the proper habit, you will first of all be fast, not be rushed. You are already fast because you're doing all the right things, right? Not the right steps. I don't mean that necessarily. I don't mean that very rigid, but I mean that I certainly ask you to do something which will be beneficial when you're under time pressure. Now, this confirmation thingy, asking you to confirm, right? I actually mean that you should do this even when you're pressured for time. That means I take into account the exam condition even when I first teach you circle. Back then, I asked you to confirm. Then you don't confirm because you're practicing yourself. And now I'm asking you to confirm during exam time. Of course, everybody knows, I know, you know, that exam is time pressure. I still mean that you should do this. Actually, I mean that you should do this because it is under time pressure. Let me explain why. Because then you can afford to be fast. If you confirm, which takes some time, you can be a bit relaxed and go a bit faster because you know you will catch your mistake if you make one. Compare that with your second request. Your second request is you be perfect. Now, although it is possible to train somebody to be perfect and fast, that takes a lot of time and a lot of drills. I understand your request as not you want to be perfect, but you want to be perfect under exam condition.
Yeah.
Therefore, you cannot be perfect and slow. Makes sense, right?
Yes.
You must be perfect and fast enough. Now, let me underscore this. Being perfect and fast enough is different training from being fast with the proper habit and able to catch mistake. They are very different way of approaching exam.
Yeah.
What I have been training you is more towards, have the proper habit so that you can do things automatically. Expect mistakes and catch them. It already sounds very different from perfect and fast enough. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
So you have some thinking to do. Which one you want? You don't have to answer today, but preferably you answer, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Preferably. I mean, when's the next time we meet? We meet
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's nothing urgent right now, right? So you can think about it. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Right. Any comments so far? Okay. Think about it. I support whatever decision you make, but we need time to do either one, right? And we cannot do both. Just saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So I will see you tomorrow, and good job for today. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.